Excellency Ambassador Burak Akçabar, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of Turkey, I want to enhance the presence here of a very good friend of mine that has come from Panama to be here, former Minister of Agriculture, Dr. Jorge Arango, and all that are here present, especially from Konya, the director of the Botanical Garden, the Quebec Botanical Garden, where we have a pavilion of Quebecs of butterflies. I would like you to ask you very respectfully to have silence, to keep silence while we are talking. We are going not to talk too much, but you know the audience, the sound here is not so good. Well, to summarize in a short speech all the achievements and advances of the Embassy of Panama in Turkey, in the last year will be taking us a long time, and you have come here to celebrate the 120 years of the Constitution of Panama as a free and independent country. The exhibit that we so proudly show you today is a sample of the culture of the Guna indigenous ethnic group, famous throughout the world, represented in the form of molas, which just as they are layers of fabrics that are sewn to the extent to the colors stand out, they represent layers of wisdom based on the meaning of life. 30 of these molas were selected by the curator of the exhibition, David de Castro, and 20 were lent to me by him as an expert on the subject and member of the board of directors of the Mola Museum in Panama. Through this magical art journey, you will be able to understand the meaning of life that the Gunas give to their artistic manifestations. Panama has 7 indigenous ethnic groups, but the best known worldwide for their crafts called molas are the Gunas. There are important collections in some museums around the world. Just 2 weeks ago, the Panamanian ambassador in Berlin told me that a collector had donated the embassy 2,000 molas. And this is how this magic art called molas come to represent the successful year that we have had in the past 12 months. I cannot neglect the mention that this country, Turkey, suffered one of the worst natural disasters imaginable with the earthquake last February. And Panama was present with a rescue team of 20 people led by 2 women and in the company of 2 dogs. Panama supported not only with the team of rescuers that participated in the search efforts due to the damage caused by the earthquake, but also with Panamanians expressing their solidarity in Panama with this nation by making generous contributions to the bank account that for the purpose of purchasing the most in-demand supplies were sent from Panama. In January, we presented an outstanding documentary that tells the story of our plastic arts titled Dokuarte, with testimonies from the artists, historians, and relatives of the painters and sculptors who were born between 1849 and 1950, who were the driving force behind these artists' manifestations. We were able to show this documentary later in Istanbul with its producer in attendance. In March, we were able to make a reality the inauguration of the Panamanian Butterfly Pavilion at the Botanical Garden of Konya. Panama, having 10% of the variety of butterflies in the world, should be presented there. To achieve this, we had the invaluable support of Turkish Airlines. In July, the mayor of Selçuk, Konya, Ahmet Bekbak Tirmasi, and the director of the Botanical Garden here present, Yasin Selvi, traveled to Panama to sign a twinning between the city of Konya and the city of Penonomé, where the Cerro La Vieja Butterfly Garden is located and butterflies are raised. In April, our foreign minister, Yanaina Tawanei, visited Turkey, holding a high-level meeting with then Foreign Minister Mevlut Çavuşoğlu, who in 2022 had visited Panama and where important agreements were signed, which were recently ratified and sanctioned by the President of the Republic of Panama, His Excellency Laurentino Cortizo Cohen, and today are national laws. These two visits were the first one that Minister of Foreign Affairs paid to Panama and to Chile. During April as well, the Panamanian Chamber of Tourism and TURSAP signed an agreement to promote Panama among the passengers that take the direct flight from Istanbul to Panama. In July, we inaugurated the Torrijos Garden Treaties Park in Chancaya, and thanks to the diligence of the municipality of Ankara, we managed to erect this important tribute to the generational struggle that culminated with the return to Panama by the United States of the most important asset that our small country has, the control of its geographical position. This park is the second place in the world where a tribute to these treaties signed between General Omar Torrijos and President James Carter is erected. The first is the room where they were signed in the headquarters of the Organization of American States in Washington 46 years ago in September 1977. In reciprocity, the Embassy of Turkey in Panama unveiled a bust of Mustafa Atatürk the past 13th of October in one of the more important avenues of the capital city. In September, we signed a memorandum of understanding for political consultations between the two countries, which took place at the Turkish House in New York during the United Nations General Assembly on the same day, September 21st, that Panama and Turkey celebrated 73 years of diplomatic relations. And in October, we welcomed more Panamanian students who have come to join those who already are here pursuing their dream of obtaining a university degree or master's degrees. There are some of them here at a Turkish institution. Furthermore, our most important living writer, Juan David Morgan, participated in the first Ibero-American Latin America Fair organized by the Embassy of Spain and the Cervantes Institute in Istanbul. We have many things left to do. We will be participating in several tourist fairs this month and the next to promote the country among the vast population that travels on the 12 flights that Turkish Airlines has every week between Istanbul and Panama City. I have always received the best welcome from the Turkish authorities regarding our initiatives. We have signed agreements with the Faculty of Agriculture of the University of Ankara. Additionally, we will have a Panamanian film exhibition before the end of the year, for which I feel very grateful. I am also very thankful for the resolute support of the diligence of my work team and to my extended team, which consists of the Panamanian students, of course, Panamanians that are working here, the Consul of Istanbul, His Excellency Abraham Segovia, here present, and let us celebrate our fortunes overlapping stay in this centenary year, last October 29, and the importance that the birth of this nation, which today is a power, had for everyone as an example to follow. A year of great achievement, of great advances in the relations between the two countries, and above all, of solidarity. I invite you to plunge into the magic art represented in the molas that we have so carefully wanted to show to strengthen the ties between Panama and Turkey.
Joyful conversation with your fellow participants. Embajadora María Rangel, distinguidos embajadores e invitados, es para mí un placer y un honor estar hoy con ustedes en ocasión del Día Nacional de Panamá, especialmente justo después de las celebraciones de nuestro centenario. En nombre del Gobierno de la República de Turquía, les ofrezco mis mejores deseos. Les felicito en esta ocasión especial. Turkey-Panama bilateral relations have deepened and flourished over the years, reflecting the mutual respect, friendship, and cooperation. Significant milestones have marked this diplomatic journey. Turkey's diplomatic relations with Panama date back to 73 years ago, since the opening of our embassies in Panama City and Ankara in 2014 and 15 respectively. Our bilateral relations have gained great momentum. Turkey and Panama have found common ground in various fields, from trade and commerce to cultural exchange. Turkey considers Panama as a gateway to reach out to the entire Latin American region, given its strategic location as a linchpin between oceans and continents. Our bilateral trade volume has reached $400 million annually. Turkish Airlines flies 10 times a week to Panama. Yes, 12, even better. I know that novelas turcas are very popular in Latin America. This increased pace in our relations with Panama is one of the outcomes of Turkey's outreach strategy to Latin America and the Caribbean, which was launched some 25 years ago. We recognize Panama as an essential partner. Our cooperation extends to addressing regional and international issues, fostering people-to-people connections, and enhancing our economic ties. Thanks to your efforts, Ambassador, and with the support of my ministry, the Rüya Park in Ankara, as you mentioned, now hosts a plaque commemorating the 45th anniversary of the Torrijos-Carter treaties. And I think that is the end of my speech.